Hi everyone, it's Laura here. I'm driving to work, so if I don't stare at the camera, I'm sorry. Or stare at my phone because I'm recording on my phone. Anyway, so an update, and it hasn't been a whole month. Surprising, huh? So it is Tuesday, April 23rd. This update is going to be kind of more for Monday. Because I weighed myself yesterday, I didn't weigh myself today. So, if you're a new subscriber, I'm Laura, LaurasThinspiration. I was asked once how I came up with that name, and I said that I wanted to be able to look back on my videos, or have somebody look at my videos and maybe be inspired. And I have had one subscriber tell me that my videos really helped her along her journey. So anyway, I had VSG on July 1st, 2011, and it is 2013. So I'm almost 2 years post, well, in July. So I'm 21, I think I'm 21 months. Post-op, and 21 months and like 3 weeks or something. And okay, so in prior videos I've talked about what's been going on in my life. My husband and I were doing construction on our house. Life had been a little crazy. I was in and out of going to the gym, blah, blah, blah. And what it came down to was, I think part of me, because I've scheduled having reconstructive surgery, I'm going to be having a 360 body lift and medial thigh lift on June 17th, right after, I'm a preschool teacher, so right after school gets out. And then on July 17th, a month later, I will be having a brachioplasty and a breast lift and reduction and lift, whatever. So I think in my head, I thought, oh, I'm going to have plastics. It's going to be fine. For a long time, I stopped, probably for like a week and a half, I stopped working out. I started binging. People binge and purge. Well, I just binged. All truth is coming out now. I had food in my car. It was like my hiding place where I would hide stuff. I hid cookies and brownies and 100-calorie pack things, and telling myself, oh, it's only 100 calories, it's only 100 calories. But the problem is that, I hid that stuff in my car so that on my lunch break, when I would go get coffee, I could have something with my coffee. Well, the problem is I would have it with my coffee, and then I would get off of work, and I would have some at work or out, on my drive home, which my drive home is literally like, it can be between 5 and 10 minutes. It's not even that far. But I would eat whatever was in my car. And it was like mindless eating. Like, I knew I was eating something I shouldn't be eating, but I continued to eat it. Just because I think it was there. It's kind of like if you're, it used to happen to me all the time when I was home on the weekends. I would just eat because I was bored. It's not because I was hungry, because I wasn't hungry when I would get off work. And even if I was just like a little hungry, it wasn't like enough to make myself, eat something. Or like when you're cooking and, something's in the oven baking, or, whatever. Like, okay, last night, I came home and made pork chops, and they had to be in the oven for like 25 minutes. And I go to the fridge and I'm like, what can I eat? And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't need any of this. I'm going to eat soon. So I made myself some tea instead. Because it's like, I don't need this. I don't need to, I'm going to eat. Why am I going to eat something else? And if nothing else, if I eat something like cheese or an egg or something, this is why I'm having my brachioplasty. I don't know if you guys can see. I just saw this right now in the mirror. God, that's gross. Okay, put my arm down. So if I eat something and then I go to eat my dinner, I'm going to be so full. So anyway, that was my mindset, is I'm going to have reconstructive surgery. I'm going to be fine after that. My pants started fitting me a little tight, and I was like, oh, it's just my thighs. Once my thigh I have like, I'm having the thigh lift, not because I have a lot of excess skin, but I have these like pockets of fat on the back of my thigh where it's like my thigh is all nice and smooth and I have this like bubble of fat, fat and skin. So I'm having that removed. And so I used to always say, you know, oh, once that's gone, you know, my pants, I'll be able to just slip them right on. Well, the truth of the matter is I went from my 1-year post-op appointment being 181 pounds, which, you know, I've stopped really talking about goals because for me, a little history, I was 347 pounds at my highest, 301 the day of surgery. I never remembered myself being thinner, so I never remembered what I would look like. My original goal was to be 150, like goal, I like to say, because that was like half of what I weighed, or a little bit less than half of, you know, it was half of 300 pounds. But when I told my surgeon that, he's like, that is too low for you. And then it was like, okay, well, you know, maybe 165, maybe 175. And then it turned into, once I got down to 181, I couldn't push past it. I think I got comfortable at 181 because then it was like, okay, well, I'm 181 and I'm working out a lot, so I can have a cookie, I can have sweets, I can have a little bit of extra of this or that. So that's why I think I never moved past it. Now, I'm not saying that I want to get down to 175. 175 would be nice. I don't know why that number is just in my head, 175. But I want to get down from where I am. So all of this, you know, almost like, I don't know how many minutes in. I weighed myself yesterday. I was 199. So that means in 8 months, 9 months, I guess, whatever, I gained almost 20 pounds. You know, I'm almost back up into the 200s, which is like ridiculous to me. Because I was doing such a good job and I just like, I stopped. I started doing things that I shouldn't be doing. You know, I shouldn't be working out so that I can have something. So I really hit restart on my life yesterday. And, you know, sometimes you get into a funk and things start going not the way that they should, and you do need to hit restart. You know, you can always hit restart. And so I ended up hitting restart yesterday. Went back to the gym and really pushed myself. Protein first, low to no carbs, and low to no sugars. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to have something sweet or something, you know, because I always say I don't want to deprive myself, but I'm also not going to make it like, oh, I have to have dessert, or I have to have this, I have to have that. So what I did yesterday, which was really hard for me, and this is probably going to sound really stupid. So yesterday, worked out, you know, yeah, I had coffee. I took a chocolate protein bar with me to feel like I'm having something chocolatey. You know, all of this is a really big mental game. So like what usually happens, I'm a preschool teacher. We do snack with the kids, we do lunch with the kids. And so we're sitting there and the kids are eating lunch and there's some extra food left over and it's a sandwich. It's a turkey sandwich with some cheese. I'm like, oh, I could have, you know, just half of that. And that is something that I would have done before, is just been like, no, I can have like a little tiny piece. But then that little tiny piece turns into 3 or 4. And that doesn't work for me. And it was so hard for me to sit there with that extra food next to me because we give out seconds to the kids. We cut the lunches in half. Anyway, so it was really hard for me to sit there with that food and not try and have some. And it's not because I was hungry. I was not hungry. But in my brain, I needed it. I wanted it. And so I had to, you know, try and walk away from this situation, distract myself with other things. Last night after dinner, my husband and I ate. We had pork chops and I had like 4 little tiny tortellini things. And so we ate and I'm sitting there eating and I get this like hiccup and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop. Because normally I would like get a hiccup and I would continue to eat. And I've known in the past that getting a hiccup, like hiccups, is kind of like my sign that I'm full. So I stopped because, you know, it takes 20 minutes for your brain to recognize that you're full because you know, the signals have to transfer in your body. So I wait you know, I do, you know, I hiccup and so then I stop and lo and behold, I am full. And And I can feel it, not full to like the extent where, I don't know, like, I'm at work. So not full where it's like, I feel like I'm going to throw up, but enough to where I know that I'm satisfied. So then I'm sitting there, I'm still satisfied, and I'm thinking, I could have something sweet. And it was such a struggle in my head, such a struggle. I mean, it's such a mental game, all of this. It's like ridiculous how crazy it is. So I end up having a stick of gum. And now I know I am not supposed to have gum. The excess air, the chewing causes excess air in your stomach or whatever. But it was the only thing that I can think of that would keep my mouth busy and make me feel like I'm eating. I don't know. So anyway, I had a stick of gum. And I was like, okay, I need to go to bed. So by 10:30 I was in bed. So anyway, the whole point of this video is I am, 21 months out, 20 something months out. And even I have to hit restart on my life. It doesn't get easier. For some it gets harder. For some it stays the same. For me, it got harder. And, I'm really hoping to be down to where I was last year at Vegas, which was 184. It's 15 pounds. I don't know if I can do it by the time Vegas happens. I think Vegas is in less than 20 days. So I don't know, but I'm hoping to be in the low 190s by the time I go to Vegas. I really need to continue with, what it was like, 2 months post-op. We can't, as a, weight loss surgery patients, we can't get relaxed in what we do, Yeah, we have this tool, but if you don't follow the rules, it's not going to work for you. So anyway, I'm at work. I got to go. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope to see a lot of you in Vegas. And, if you're finding yourself, those pounds are starting to go back on and you feel like you're losing control, don't forget you can always hit restart, because I did. Bye.